Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. And well, surprise I guess, because today we have the first update video, which is a new super troop. Today we're taking a look at the next super troop, which is going to be the super archer. In this video I will explain completely everything about the super archer and how you guys can use her, what is the best use case, and well, every single trick you guys need to know to master this new troop. And well, first off, a couple of looks at her statistics. It's okay, I would say, but I think we should definitely check out her ability because that's pretty cool. She's kind of similar to the Magic Archer in Clash Royale, which I think is pretty okay because like it's boring having like things coming over from the Night Village of Clash of Clans on its own, but taking things or abilities over from Clash Royale is totally fine. I think it's a pretty cool technique, or like a pretty cool ability to use in Clash of Clans. So guys, check it out. Like if you're placing a couple of archers, even with the rage or like even without them, or like a tank, they are melting through buildings. It's crazy. Like those archer shots are dealing so much damage. But how exactly is this ability working? Basically, those archers are starting to shoot an arrow, and this arrow is traveling for a certain amount of like tiles or like a certain distance, and the arrow is dealing his like full potential of damage over the entire way onto every single building which is going to hit. So that's kind of great, and it might maybe even replace boulders in Yeti Smash, etc. But we will come to that a little bit later in this video. But for now, you guys saw over here, you can use it really nicely to snipe certain buildings in the base, even though when you're not even close to it. I will show you guys a couple of clips of that in a second, but the next thing which I want to tell you guys is, if you're concerned that I have a unfair advantage or whatever of having or being able to show you guys this, well, I just got a couple of clips which I just cut together kinda, so I can show it to you guys. I had no death build access whatsoever. I know a couple of guys were raging about that the last time. I just got the clips, and like today is like Sunday night for me, which basically means yeah, I got this a couple of hours before. So yeah, I'm just cutting this together, and I have no advantage whatsoever of this. But what we should do now, after watching the new cool super archers coming out, how do you use them? First thing is, you can use them to snipe buildings with other buildings are being in front of them, which is kind of similar to boulders. But the main difference here is the travel distance of the arrow compared to the stone of the boulder. And there are certain things you need to like worry about. Which first is the placement of the archer. You guys saw it in the first example where you saw the archer is easily hitting the air defense. On the second one, with placing the archer differently, well, it's getting a little bit tricky. And even if there are 3 buildings back to back, you can easily do that. So you have the option to funnel with the magic archer, and you have even the option sometimes, I mean, you guys know those outside storages, which look kind of strange sometimes. Well, you can do some cool stuff with that and snipe some inside core buildings with that. It's pretty nice, especially sniping outside air defenses and things like that might get pretty common with the magic archer. So as you guys see over here, you can easily snipe something like a scatter shot or an inferno tower deeper inside the base if this building is not getting covered. And this is pretty crazy considering that you need to be really creative for this, which is kind of cool because I like if new troops can get used in different ways. But guys, don't be mad just yet, because you can use her differently as well in spam armies and other options as well. But now you guys might ask, Itsu, is this maybe good as a defending CC? Because, well, maybe the archer shots can actually go for the enemy healers. Well, let's try that. Let's just start a queen charge over here and try to go for the enemy archers. And to be honest, the answer is pretty simple, and it's a no. Like, this archer is completely trash in the defending tank cast. Do not use her over there. It's useless. Don't do it. It's an offensive troop. Do not use it on defense. The next thing is, and this might be like getting a common strategy, is just spamming super archers with witches. You guys might know this strategy with like boulders, but it's working pretty well with like the new magic archers, because they can keep more distance than the boulders, which means it's more likely than the skeletons or that the skeletons are actually tanking instead of the boulders, which is kind of annoying. So the boulders are always having to get really close to the target, and that's the main difference kind of in between of those two troops. So as long as you have tanks in front of your magic archers or like in front of your damage troops, boulders are definitely the better choice. But well, if you have just those small skeletons, then it's definitely the magic archers who are coming out on top. So this is really nice. You guys can see it over here. The core is getting melted. The outside is still staying alive because there are still tons of magic archers. Take a look at the bottom, like they're taking out even things in the second row, which is kind of crazy. Like their range is nuts. It's like, just take a look at the magic archers, keep going. They can even destroy buildings which are in the second row, which is, I don't know, like I don't think any other troop has such a big range. But still, that's pretty cool, and obviously it's getting close at the end of this attack. But still, this is going to be a 3-star in the end. One thing which is working kind of great is having a super witch in the ram with this strategy. Because the super witch is joining forces with the witches which went inside with their heroes. And that's all the time pretty nice to have, because witches and super witches are working really well together. Versus the different styles of Inferno Towers, etc. So nice over there. Well, the Super Witch is going to finish off the base with the Magic Archers, which means this one is going to be a triple, definitely. So nicely done over here. We have the Magic Archers finishing off the job, but I think we should take a look at one more attack, like one more funny attack, because like I said, I think in attack you have two options to use those Magic Archers. The first one is kind of simple. It's just trying to snipe buildings. I don't think it's really worth it to use it for funneling most of the time, but if you can snipe it inside buildings, if like a base builder didn't really pay attention too much, you can snipe Inferno Towers, you can snipe scatter shots, all those good things, and I think that's a really good choice. But on the other side, funneling, well, I think funneling is still a thing for Yetis, baby dragons, and things like that, where they are just basically the kings. But, well, let's try a small different thing, which is kind of fun to watch. So what we're trying over here is just like trying to use the lightning spells with the earthquakes for as much splash damage as possible. And as soon as we did that, we can just get started with the really juicy spammy attack with the super archers, which should be kind of nice to go. And once again, the ram is working kind of well with them together because it's tanking nicely. And well, queen and royal gem just at the top right side to make sure that we're taking out even more splash damage, and then just magic archers down the line. They do not have too much HP, so you need to be careful with that, with them. So you need always tanks in front of them. But one thing which they're best at is just their range. So just take a look at this, placing the magic archers around. They have such a crazy range. I just can't get over it. The range of them is just insane. And like I said, they can easily attack buildings which are behind, or like even in the second row of bases. So that's pretty cool. But now let's get to kind of my finish line for this video and for this super archer as well. What do I think of them? I think they're a pretty nice new troop. I don't think they're going to be used too much. That's kind of like my first gut feeling, if I'm completely honest. I think they're a nice option for getting strategic aspects into different armies. For example, sniping things, like I said, that's another thing which you have to watch out for now. And I think just the range is really nice. And I think in a couple of armies, magic archers might be a better option than boulders, but time will tell. So I think for now, it's a pretty nice DPS troop. And to be honest, I really like the option to have like a choice now. Because so far, whenever you needed a DPS troop, it was always the boulder. You had basically no other choice. Because the wizards, for example, did not really have this bounce, this extra range of the boulder, which made them always worse in comparison. But now you have this next option, and time will tell if the double amount of troop space is actually worth it considering. But I mean, like I said, time will tell. It's obviously really hard to judge right in the start. I really like the range of those troops. I think it's pretty cool and pretty unique for the start. And well, I think maybe a couple of you guys can come up with really nice armies. But that's it for today, kinda. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, but now I want to have your guys' feedback, because what do you guys think? What and how would you guys use this new troop, or would you use it at all? Let me guys know down below in the comments if you guys really like the new troop, or if you dislike it, if you would have wished for something else, like a sneaky archer just in the normal home village, or if you would have said, yeah, that's a pretty cool addition to Clash of Clans. The thing that which I like a lot about this one is that you have so many possibilities. You can use it in a strategic way, which means like bouncing over storages, like really nice value over there. And the next thing is you can use it in a spammy way, which is most of the time for the more normal Clash a really nice option. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me guys know your opinion. And well, I will see you guys back tomorrow for another one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.